is the 40K to 400K formula workshop. Thank you all for jumping in. We've enjoyed chatting to you all in the chat up until this point. Three things that we've mentioned. Lock in. We're going to be here for about an hour. We'd love you to have your cameras on, and please do jump into the chat as we'll be chatting to you throughout the call. Our aim for you today is to walk away with practical stuff you can actually go and do in your business. The main thing we're going to take you through is how to turn more browsers into buyers, right? So how do we convert more of the people that are coming to your site and turn them into sales, turn them into customers? We're going to do our fast path plan and our more orders audit for one or two businesses here live tonight. We'll show you what's broken and we'll give you a 90-day plan to give you the handful of things to walk away with, to implement into your business, to actually take it where you want it to go. You might be wondering, is this workshop for me and will this stuff work for me? There's kind of three flavors of this, and the short answer is yes. Flavor one, will it work in my niche? Yes. Will it work at my size? Whether you're starting, whether you're pre-launch, whether you're already at $3 million a month, the stuff we teach is practical. It's based in strategies that have worked for a long time, and they're based on principles. So the same principles apply to every niche. We've got hundreds of businesses that we've applied this to, and it's stuff that works now. All of our coaches, all of our experts inside of our community are live inside of Shopify stores, Meta accounts, Google accounts every day right now in 2025. Can you just mute Mr. Echoey there, please, Paul? And Peter. Who is this for? If you're on this call, something brought you here. So I'm sure that this is for you because you're probably in one of these or all of these categories, right? You're passionate about what you do. You got a killer product. You know it could have a big impact on the world, but you just haven't got the right steps to get it to where you want it to go. But you know, if you had that unlock, you could really make something of this business. And because of that, you're probably feeling quite overwhelmed. You're searching TikTok and the YouTubes and the gurus, and you're getting all of this conflated, conflicting advice that doesn't make sense. So you just end up not doing anything because there's too many things you possibly can do. And you're probably the type of person that likes to make money because that's why we start businesses in the first place, right? Nobody started a business to become a collection agent for the ATO. We started businesses to fund our lifestyles and fund our families and do things out in the world that we want to do. So we want to help you make more money in your business and keep it for yourself, not just pay your suppliers and the ATO. So we want to help you build a profitable e-com business. So why should you listen to us, to me, Paul, Chris, and our team? It's because we don't teach theory. As we said, we teach stuff that works live in Shopify stores, our teams inside of ecom businesses every day. So we teach based on experience and practical practice. Paul, if you don't know who Paul is, he built Warcom back in the 90s and ended up selling that ecom business after selling about 40 mil worth of tech product to an ASX listed company in 2014. As part of that process, he's founded the Insightful Agency, basically to solve his own marketing problems. And now Insightful builds 100, 150 Shopify stores a year, and where it's where a lot of our high conversion frameworks come from. So if it's going to happen in ecom and it's coming around the corner for you, we know what's coming because we've been there, we've done that, we bought the t-shirt, right? So we can see around the corner. We know what the next step for you needs to be to take your business where it needs to go because we've been there and done it before. And the funny thing is, even though we're talking about stuff that happened in 1997 and 2014, because we teach principles and business principles and marketing principles, it's stuff that's tried and tested and proven and works last decade, this decade, next decade. And it's practiced inside of real ecom businesses today. So it's updated. This stuff works for real ecom businesses today. And when we apply these principles inside of e-commerce businesses like your own, we end up getting results like this. We have clients that finally crack their first 10K month, right? They get off of other platforms like Etsy and Amazon and start generating 15, 20K a month and change their lives. We have people hit their first $1 million years, $1 million months, $100,000 weeks. So when we apply this stuff, it works inside of businesses. A great example of that is Steve from Holdcom. He came to us, he was doing about 160, 170K a month. So a decent sized business, but just didn't have the secrets to that scale piece that he needed. His 12-month goal was to scale up to about 255K. Within about 4 months, we tweaked a few things in his business. We didn't rebuild the business from the ground up. We made some discerning decisions inside of the business, tweaked a few things, improved paid ads, fixed his messaging, and he had a record week. He had a $13,000 day and a $60,000 week, and he's now doing consistent $260,000 months. So blew past his 12-month projections inside of 4 months, following the frameworks that we're going to share with you here tonight. Obviously, this is a free workshop. We run this every Wednesday. We love to do these, but we run these for a specific reason, and that's what we call our unhidden agenda. We run these things to find our next client success stories, right? I want to put your face on my next client success slide and say, hey, here's Greg. Greg was doing XK a month, and now he's 4x'd his business in the last 4 weeks, and he's absolutely flying. That's why we do these sessions, to meet our next success stories. So as much as we'd love to work with everyone here and bring everyone up on stage and run through everyone's business one-on-one here on the call tonight, obviously we are restricted by time. If we did that, we'd be here for about 29 hours. And I don't think anyone as lovely as we are wants to spend the next day and a bit here with us on this call. So because of that, if it's okay with you, if you can give me a show of hands or a yes or a hell yeah or a thumbs up emoji in the chat. Later on in this call, we will be sharing some ways for you to work closer with us. So if that's okay by you, please drop a yes or an emoji or something in the chat so that we know that you're cool with that. Fantastic. Good, good, good. All right. So next question, while you are live in the chat, give me a 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a startup, setup, grow up, scale up. Everyone we meet is probably in one of these 4 places. You're either in startup or maybe pre-startup, right? You're just getting going. You're just starting to crack those first 1K, 2K, 10K months. Or you're in the setup phase. You're sort of hitting that 20, 25K a month, starting to figure out what you're doing. Or you're in grow up, you're starting to hit that 50K a month. You're starting to scale ads, maybe doing more in your SEO, paid ads. Or you're in scale up, you're kind of flying along, you're hitting 100K, 200K months. Let us know in the chat, where are you at? Startup, setup, grow up, pre-startup, yep. Scale up, pre-launch. Okay, some grow ups, it's good. Startups, pre-startup, startup, nice. Good, good, good. Some pre-startups, some pre-launches. Good. So even for you pre-startup, like having the right framework to move forward with and launch with is always a really good thing. Okay, Peter, you dropped down a bit. Cool. We'll try and give you some remedies for that. Startup, pre-startup. All right, a lot of people in the same places. So when we met Paul and Delane, they were pretty much in that startup kind of phase. They were trying to crack, inconsistent 10, 15K kind of months. Business was a great business. They sell a great product. They sell Australia's cleanest collagen and protein WPIs, but their collagen is amazing. So if you do want a really good collagen and you get a giant bag and it's super cheap, go check out Nature's Pantries. We love these guys. They were doing, 10, 15K months. Again, we pulled a few key levers in the business, and they are now doing record annual growth. This is an older screenshot. They're now doing 96K months or something, I think. Well, they cracked their first 100K month, I think, this last month.
Lucky would know. Like he's responsible for most of it. He's on the
Yeah,
call.
he cracked it. Smashed
They
it.
cracked the 100K.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. And again, that was within probably about a year. They sort of went from that 10, 15K. Now, both Paul and Delane are working inside of the business. They're building out new product. They're loving life. They're shooting videos, and they're able to really grow and spend time in their business now. So how do we get results like this, right? Is it just luck that we happen to meet people who are on this trajectory anyway, and we just grab some of their screenshots and go, hey, we did all of this, right? Is it some sort of wizardry? Is it some sort of magic, or is it a system? Let me know in the chat. Do you think it's luck? Is it a lucky magic? Is it a magical system? What do you think? How do we get these 100K months, $1 million years? How do we turn these businesses around? Lucky magical system, definitely. All right, we've got some smart people on the call tonight. Good, good. System. That's right. It is a system. You are here for the system. Yes, and you're here for this exact system. which we call the more orders model, that looks something like this. As you can see, these are three question marks. There's three sides to this. And the reason there's three things is these are the three things that every single ecom brand we meet doesn't have, needs fixing, isn't fully optimized, needs work on to some degree or another. And these are the first three things we work on in every single business. These are the three things we worked on to bring all of those businesses from where they were to where they are. These are the three things. If you don't fix these, there's no point doing anything else in your business. So we're going to play a bit of a hangman here tonight. And I want you to guess what these three things are. What do you think these three most important levers inside of your ecom business are? Give you a hint. They all start with S and they all have this number of letters in them. So what do we think, gang? Drop in the chat. What do we think these might be? System, maybe sales. It's kind of a result of these things. Not a bad guess. I'm going to speed this up a little. I'll give you a hint. They all actually start with st. Supply. Get where you're going, but no. How many wrong guesses have we had? Let me catch up here. Sales, 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 supply. Oh, someone said store. Mary. Yes, Mary. Oh, we'll give you this one. Store. Okay, style. Well, I'm going to give you a leg for style. Stumped. Oh, he's looking unhappy here. I'm going to have to put some more additions on if we store it. There you go.
I'm concerned how many adults have never played Hangman before.
I'm going to go slowly with story. Yep. And we've got one more. I'll give you a hint. This also starts with stra. And it starts with stra. And it's not stumped. Strategy. Yes. Good guess. Well done, everyone. Our guy got saved. It was a near miss this evening, but well done. We got there in the end. It is your story, your store, and your strategy. These are the three pillars. These are the three pillars to building out any e-com store. These are the three things that you must do before you do anything else in your business. And this is the lens that we're going to be looking at your businesses through tonight. Your store is all about conversion. This is how you convert more browsers into buyers. This is all about having a high converting website, right? A framework, a website that has the right hierarchy, that has a beautiful UX, that helps customers buy as much stuff as possible from you as easily as possible. Your story is about your brand, and this is about connecting with your ideal customer. This is having compelling brand messaging. This is having a headline on your website in your banner that tells people, hey, this is for you. You're in the right spot. This is what you're about to get. And then messaging that same messaging, carrying that across your social and your ads and your SEO and everything else you do in your business. But speaking to a specific person about the specific way that you sell your specific product, how it helps and changes their lives. Without a story, you're kind of just shouting into the wind. And the third component of this is a strategy. And this is how you turn that chaos in your business into control. This is how you perfect that business model. You have a digital strategy, a business strategy, a financial strategy that turns the chaos into control. This is knowing what to do step by step in the right order and knowing what to do at the right time, right? Because doing the right thing at the wrong time is still the wrong thing. So we want to know what to do, but we also want to know when to do it and in what order to do it in. So these are the three components of your business, your store, your story, and strategy, that if you don't nail these, doing anything else in your business is a waste of time. So as we said earlier up front, we are going to run a few of your businesses, maybe one, maybe two, through our more orders model and do a live audit and go through your store, your story, and your strategy, and then give you an idea of how to improve these. So hands up and drop your URLs again. Don't know, Chris and Paul, if you chose anyone, if anyone would like to choose a volunteer,
Volunteer.
and we'll get you up on
Who did you have,
screen.
Chris? Pick me.
Sorry,
Okay,
I'm
so
scrolling back up. Who do we have
scroll
here?
back up.
Relink your websites for us. Sorry, we had so much more chat than we usually
Okay,
get.
Pink Walls Pottery. Okay, we've got a few
Let's
coming in.
go.
So once you've chosen some, Paul is going to run you through what we call our fast path plan. So this is how we make the more orders model actionable. The more orders model shows us what's broken, and the fast path plan shows you how to fix it. So we're going to focus down in this bottom quadrant here, and we're going to show you what to fix in the next 90 days, the stuff that doesn't exist that you need to fix, the stuff that you need to build, so things that don't exist yet that you need to build. And we might look at some stuff that you need to grow as well, stuff that you're already doing that you're doing well that you want to continue. So the fast path plan is the what to do when aspect of this. And Paul's going to take a couple of you through this, and we'll do a live fast path plan for a couple of you here this evening. We've got a couple of volunteers there.
Yeah, we got a couple. We got Peter
Wallace,
Pete's on the call. So Peter, if you just want to come off mute, if you got a second and give us a bit of an introduction to your brand. Again, like people are going to be watching this, so make it good. People might buy your stuff later. If he's there, if he can hear me, if his webcam and stuff works.
Looks like you're unmuted, Peter, but don't know if we can hear you.
If not,
we'll also not be speaking.
No,
we can't hear you, Peter.
Can't hear you, Peter. Okay, all right. Maybe he can type it into the chat, and then we'll talk about it. So, by the looks of it, you sell pottery. So let's bring up the screen and have a look here.
You want to go with someone that we can hear? Or?
Yeah, it'd probably be better, actually. Yeah, we want a brand that's like not totally brand new, but let's get into it.
So Rachel's got her hand up there.
What's Rachel got?
Do you want to relink your website, Rachel?
Let's see it up here.
Sorry, I can't get into my chat properly. It keeps on jumping out again.
Okay.
Good.
I can do it now, but when I'm clicking on the bottom of the screen, it flicks the chat up, and then I go to type in and it goes away.
Okay. Is it heidelbergflorist.com.au?
Heidelberg Online Florist.
Heidelberg Online Florist. Cool. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
I think we can, and I think we can hear you now, Peter. So we'll come back to you next.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So give us the pitch for this, and we'll get stuck into it. So tell us all about your brand, why you started it, when you started it. Obviously, we can kind of tell what you do, but
Okay.
Yeah, you. Yeah.
Yeah, been a florist for over 30 years. Started the online thing with Shopify 10, 11 years ago now.
Okay.
Was plodding along, then COVID hit and it just boomed. It went crazy, and was doing really quite well actually. And then when the recent economic crisis and that, I've watched everything go backwards at 100 mile an hour. So,
right.
Hence why I'm here. Try and work out what we're doing wrong.
Yeah. So talk to me, why are you unique from the 4,000 other florists located in Victoria and the 60 other florists in Heidelberg? What do you reckon?
My designs are unique, and that's what I'm trying to get out there. I, specialise in ikebana, which is a special type of floristry.
Okay.
Then again, a lot of people don't like to pay for that sort of service too, because floristry is a luxury item. And at this time, not many people have got that spare income to be paying for that sort of product.
Yeah, got it. Okay, all right. So things you need to keep in mind are when people land on your website, especially when they're landing on your desktop, this is what they see, right? So you don't have much time to capture their attention. So there's a few things that need to go on the homepage here that capture their attention, hold their attention, and immediately make it very clear like why they're there and why they should be buying from you. So for example, you should have what we call like a H1 tag here. And a H1 tag is like a heading one. It's the most important thing on the homepage, and it's like a big bold promise, right? Mm-hmm. So a promise shouldn't be welcome to Heidelberg Florist, right? Okay. It should be something more around what they're going to get from when they buy from you, right? So we won't go into that yet. We'll go do a few other things. Then we got a H2, and the H2 needs to support the H1, right? So again, it's making a big bold promise so that people go, oh, I'm in the right spot, right? So we'll work together on this, and I'll just say that I've worked with probably 60 florists by now, all over Victoria, and I probably know most of the ones I've worked with. Now, the next thing also, as we continue to talk about brand messaging, which is the story that Chris spoke about, is you want to come down to this section and you want to have what we call trust signals, right? So trust signals are like a box, a box, a box, another box, and another box. And inside these trust signals, they are short, little, concise sentences that again, people read them and they go, oh, I'm in the right spot. So this is super, super basic stuff, but I'm going to go into where I would go with this. So just let's go back a second and talk to me about the type of flowers that you were doing again. What's the name of it?
So ikebana is like a Japanese style, floristry.
Right. Okay.
So it's real
So is there a
modern
big,
and contemporary look.
yeah. So is there a big demand for that in like Heidelberg and in general?
Well, I actually had a storefront in Eltham, and there was a big demand there, and that's only 2 suburbs away. I'm in Greensboro now. Heidelberg, I've just chosen that name because of when people, key in suburb and florist, the search engine, things I put in there, and up I pop basically. And I'm only a suburb from Heidelberg anyway. So back to the question. Sorry, I just got sidetracked.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to find is like your uniqueness. Like I know we've got a whole bunch of brands in here at the moment. We've got like Fast Kids and so forth, and we've got like Peter, the Potter and so forth. And I looked at those websites and they're all like, hey, we sell kids clothes, we sell pottery, we sell, but like there's something much deeper beneath all of that that really makes you, right? And when we're talking about that on your website, that's the point. That's where we need to get to with all of this. So, potentially maybe it's like, is there a speed component in this? Like, can you deliver flowers fast to people in Heidelberg? Like if you,
Absolutely.
so, okay. So like most florists can't do that. Do you know what I mean? So for example, most of them are like, hey, cut off at 4 o'clock and you're not going to get it, blah, 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 blah. So
Yeah.
this is a terrible example. However, it's much more exciting to say something like, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to draw it right on the screen. So where's my writing here? And we'll do this. So you could potentially have something more like this, right? And again, I've just done this like super quick, but your last minute bouquet right on time. So people land on the website and they're like, oh yeah, great.
Yeah.
I know them on a florist website, but I need a bouquet and I need it really, really quickly, and she can help me out, right? So again, florist is not the easiest brand ever to do this with, but we'll continue on. So this now, if we move on to like the H2 of this, so where do you deliver to is it like how far do you go?
Within 20 kilometres of where I am. So pretty much into the CBD, northern, some of the western and eastern suburbs. Don't really go into the southern.
Yeah, right. Okay. So you're going pretty far. I mean, and you're obviously going pretty far because you don't have a big enough condensed audience where you're at, right? That's why you're doing
Right.
it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So hang on, I've got what's down here. Oh, that's where we walk in. Oh, good. So, would you consider is like affordable hand-tied flowers with same-day delivery? Is that a big promise that you would make for your audience? Do you want to go down the whole we're affordable kind of thing?
Well, I've noticed that a lot of people, when I'm looking on social media, are looking for affordable flowers, and that is a keyword that I've actually seen on some of the the sites that they want something that's affordable or something that's a budget. And I don't want to be known as budget, but like I'm clearly I've got no idea what I'm doing, but I've just been picking up on those words and hoping that was a keyword that would get looked into.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So again, like trying to say something like that, you could probably put in something along the lines of like this, right? So I'll copy and paste this in as well.
Yeah.
And I want to say when we do this properly, like it takes hours, right? So I'm doing a very, very short version of this, and I'll get Chris McLean from our team to jump in if he has any input because it's his domain. But same day flower delivery to Melbourne CBD, nearby suburbs, style for birthday sympathies, celebrations, and just because. Again, you're kind of making more promises because where I'm going with this, all ecom brands, that's what needs to be happening with your H1 and your H2. And you do also need to try and include keywords in it that actually people are searching for. But the main thing with this is you just want people to go, yes. And then they read the next sentence and then they go, yes. And then they come down here, right? And they go, yes, 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 yes. Because the more compliance, I call it, that you get out of your customers as soon as possible and as soon as they land in this top section of your website, the more they are likely to buy, right? It's like when you're talking to a child that's 3 and you go, hey, don't do this. And they go, yes, 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 yes. If they're saying no, 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 guess what's going to happen? They're going to do the bloody thing that you don't want them to do, right? So you need to talk to consumers in the same way that you talk to small children. And the more yeses you get, the more likely they are to buy from you. So as we come down into this section here, I would be doing stuff that's kind of along the line of what would I put in here? So I would imagine you're the kind of florist that like you'll make sure the delivery happens no matter what. If you say it'll happen, it'll happen. All right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So again, come down here and you'd probably say something like this. Whereas if you call Interflora or you call Rose only, they'll be like, yeah, you get what you give them. If they get it, they get it.
Yeah,
They
right.
don't, they don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're like,
Yeah.
cool, I'm gonna make that progress. Next
Yeah.
one, you're gonna come, so something like this. And again, you can see where I'm going with this, right? So down here, Melbourne's Fast Florist made in Heidelberg. So anyone that is seeing your ad that's located in Heidelberg, they're like, yeah, great, boom.
Yep.
So what other ones do we want to do? How many reviews do you have?
Oh, sorry, my dog's going.
That's okay.
Google reviews. I can't remember. I have to look that up. But every time I've got an app on my Shopify store that sends out an email to all my customers about 5 days later. So you'll see that on each of the products there'll be reviews under each of those products.
Okay. All right. So something like this, right? Potentially you have like 250 plus 5-star reviews.
So you put a number in there.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
So for those of you that get going with your e-com brands in the future and so forth, this is called social proof, and it's promise-driven social proof, right? Okay. So again, the whole purpose, people just go, yep. So simple things like this. So come down here, and we're chucking like helpful human support. So you're not dealing with bloody AI, and you're not dealing with like, Cynthia in the Philippines that doesn't know where Heidelberg is, which is probably what happens when you call like Roses Only or something,
Yeah.
So wherever else that they've outsourced their call center to. So I won't go through all of them, but the point I'm trying to make here is your brand message is what is the most important thing at the start, because people see your ad on Facebook, they see your post on Facebook, they see your ad in Google, blah, blah, blah. When they land on your website, they need to go, yep, exactly like I'm saying, right? Now, and what you also do is once you've nailed your H1 and you nailed your H2 and you've nailed all these messages here, and I'm only talking about this bit right now, there's way more that we'll talk about. You want to take all of that and you actually want to put that into your meta ads and stuff, So when people go, oh, like sorry guys, can you mute whoever that is? Like that's really bad. Chris
I've got a dog here. Can I just get my dog out?
Oh, is it your dog? Okay. Yeah, take your time. I'll keep yapping to everyone else.
I thought I was going crazy because I couldn't see anyone else. I
couldn't see anyone else noise.
No, it's my dog, and usually he does not make a noise, but for some reason it's like a child. Hang on,
he wants to be famous tonight.
He wants to learn how to build
I shall be heard, Rachel. It's my time.
So we'll keep going while she goes and gets into some smackers. So is this making sense to everyone, the way I'm explaining this so far? So again, this is same as on mobile. It's same as on desktop. You don't have much time to capture people's attention and hold their attention. And the most important thing that actually holds their attention when they're on the site is correct brand messaging, right? So Chris spoke before about like what we did on Nature's Pantry supplies. You go on there and you're like, hey, I think it says, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, Australia's cleanest collagen. So anybody who knows what collagen products is, you go to their website and you're like, oh, I didn't realize like collagen was bad. You have to actually buy clean collagen. So you're like, oh, fantastic, And then you come down into like this section. I'll give you a side-by-side comparison. Oh shit, now I've drawn over my screen. But look at my drawing. Australia's cleanest collagen and protein. Like it's a really strong statement immediately, and it's for active families, in your search for clean, quality, and affordable daily nutrition ends here. So they're making a pretty bold claim. Do you know what I mean? And it's pretty accurate. Like Lockie uses the stuff and he uses it every day, and he's a fine specimen of a fit and well person. So obviously it works,
Mm-hmm.
Then we go down to here, and like they've put their trust statements even on the images, oh, it improves your joint tissue, it strengthens your nails, it makes your hair better, it makes your bones better, helps you recover, made for Aussie families, it's pure ingredients, it's this. So if I was to graffiti all over the screen, let's have a look here. So I go 1 tick, 2 tick, 3 ticks, 4 ticks, 5 ticks, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 yeses and haven't scrolled yet. All right. Then I scroll further and go whatever number I was up to, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm like, okay, it sounded pretty good so far. I continue to keep scrolling, right? And I'm like, busy families love these together, so it's going to elevate your wellness journey with Pure, blah, 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 blah. You go, there's another one. So when we did this for them, like if you have a look at their site, it's all over the place in terms of like proper brand messaging. So, and from top to bottom, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but you just want people going, yep, 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 yep. Because what do you think is going to happen if you get a lot of yes compliance from a customer as they're scrolling past a buy button, and another buy button and a review button and so forth? At some point, they're going to click the buy button and they're going to buy stuff, right? This makes sense so far? But heaps
Yeah.
of like webcams off today. I don't even know who's here. I know a few people here. So hopefully she comes back. If not, we'll just keep talking anyway. So now let's
I'm
move
down.
into a little bit something different, right? So unless you've got anything you want to add to that, Chris McLean, you good?
No, just one big thing. I think this will be a big thing for you, Rachel, and for everyone, is you can see also with Nature's Pantry, they're clear on what the product is, but they're real clear on who it's for. And that's what I don't get from yours, Rachel. Is
Mhm.
there a type of person? Is there a socioeconomic factor? Is there a location factor? Is there a type of home? Is there a type of style that it matches? So who is it for is also a massive component of this that I
Mhm.
think you'd really want to dial down. Like we do these types of flowers for this type of person, the same way
Right.
they're
Yeah.
saying we do clean collagen for families, and that goes through their whole business. They do bulk packs because it's for families. So nailing those two aspects is critical for this. That's my 2 cents.
Mm. Yeah, because you have like beautiful flowers. Like, I mean, like I said, I've dealt with heaps of florists, but like you've got some gorgeous stuff in here. So
Thank you.
really, again, I couldn't agree with Chris more. Like nailing who your audience is. Like it's not, it's maybe a tiny bit more investment than a normal florist, but it's like well worth it. So it's like, how do we speak to that person? And again, all of this comes out of your brand message. You're like, you know what, we speak to, it's the 35-year-old woman. She makes about 150K a year. She lives in Ivanhoe, or she lives in around those kind of suburbs. She buys flowers like once a week. She buys flowers as a present. She needs to hear these promises. She needs to hear this social proof. She needs to hear these benefits, right? And when she hears all of them, she's more than likely to buy our stuff, right?
Yep.
Because she's already dealt with the competitors that are just like, get your order in today, and if it's not done by 3 o'clock, too bad, and blah blah blah, and like crap service, right?
Mhm.
So there's like an opportunity for you to like really shine in here from a messaging perspective, and little brands like yourself can take on these juggernaut brands because people like in this day and age, they're really like, I want to support her instead of them, but it's just about what's the message that you're saying to them. Number one thing, right? And I will add to that as well. Like, it's so critical that you nail this because you take this, and again, I did mention this before, that you put it in your ad. So you got to keep in mind, right? Someone sitting on Facebook scrolling and they're in like, the bloody Kmart mums group looking for when the Ninja slushie is going on sale and all the other crap they're trying to buy for Black Friday. They scroll down and they see you and they're like, oh, who's she? So you have this much space in Facebook where you have to immediately capture their attention with multiple promises and multiple pieces of proof and beautiful photos. And they got to go, I also like her, because then you're going to go, cool, they'll click your ad or they'll click your organic post, right? So,
Mhm.
and the purpose of a meta ad largely is people sitting on meta and they have like a pain or a frustration that is internally with them. Your job, right, is to take them away from that pain, right? So, for example, let's assume that you're a florist and you specialize in florist flowers for a funeral. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, your message on your site ties into what the ad is saying in your actual meta ad. Do you know what I mean? Because meta is super
Yep.
good now going like, hey, this is Rachel. She's specializes in, the funeral stuff and blah, 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 blah. And I go, yeah, cool. I've clicked the ad. I've got congruency between what I've seen there, and it took me away from the problem I was trying to solve. Took me to the website, made me the promise. I bought the stuff,
Mhm.
and most people get this wrong, And sorry, I don't know like Fast Kids your name. Like you'll have to figure out like how to do this. You're competing with monster brands who sell like kids activewear and stuff, right? So you need to go to them. You go like, hey, our product does this very, very specific thing that you can't buy at Rebel Sport or LSKD or wherever. Do you know what I mean? and they go, cool, got their attention, right? Get them to the site, make the promise, make another promise, make all the other promises, and they go, cool, they're more than likely to buy now, right? Because like, hey, it's whatever your name is, sorry. Hey, it's Josh, buy our activewear, it's great. And you go, okay, yeah, cool, keep scrolling. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I know we've kind of gone some basic stuff to some pretty high level stuff, and I'll bring it back. But so that's the first part of this amazing triangle that Chris showed you. Now, second part is the last thing you want to do is get all these people to your website and they don't buy. So the second part of what's going to happen, right, is conversion rate optimization. So what's your best product here? Is Stacey a pretty good seller at the moment?
Look, of recent time, well, it has been, but not recently. Captivating and oh God, what's been recently?
Chris, check your slide.
Captivating.
Chris there. Yeah, cool. All right. So when we talk about conversion rate optimization, there's a few things that go on here, right? So, and I'll go through this pretty slowly for people because I know there's a few newbies on here. But largely, you have a product page, right? When you're a big brand and you're fancy and so forth, people call it a PDP, product display page. That's one of the pages that are most important on your homepage, on your website, sorry. Second is your collection page. Like this is a collection page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Third is your homepage. So whenever we build websites for people or when we teach people how to build a proper website, there's things that we call conversion rate optimization elements, and I'll bring it down. So a conversion rate element is like a button. It is an image. It is an icon. It is a message. It is something you can click. It is something you can read. It is like other things that go on the website that make that particular page convert better, right? So for example, on your page, if I go here, like I can't see any, I'll have another quick look. So Heidelberg Online Florist can see no information about shipping, right? So It's probably down lower, you know, which most people go, yeah, it's down lower. And go, yeah, but like this is what I'm seeing, right? So I'm like $150, you know. So I won't tell you all of the things, but it's missing a lot of elements on that page that's always going to make this page not convert as good as it can. So looks like you're using Shopify. So as an example, like Shopify has this big ugly purple button that like for some reason half people who run Shopify stores turn it off, right? However, 90% of consumers use that button to check out. So little things like not having that turned on this page by default means people are going to leave, you know? And then when they come through here and they start looking for stuff like this, they're like, oh, no reviews, no information about shipping, no information about like what time do I need to get my order in, no information about like, is it on sale at the moment? No information about like, can I change the size? And I can keep going and going and going. So, but where I'm going with this is these are all the objections people have in their head, right? It's much like when they walk into your store and you counter all of those objections when people are in the store, right? Because they're with you and they're like, Rachel, yeah, can you make the white flowers pink? And you go, yeah. Can you give me a discount? Yeah. Can you ship it today? Yeah. Like, how much does it weigh? This much. Like, can we do blah, 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 blah? And you go, yeah. And you go, why should I trust you? And you're like, look at me, I'm lovely. And all these other things, blah, blah, blah. So you do that in store. That's why you sell so well. But when you do it here, like you're missing all of that stuff, right? So what happens is you get all these people coming to the website and just leaving. And it's the same with when they go to your homepage. You know, there's another 100 things that should be on your homepage, on your collection page. There's another 100 things that should be on your collection page. When I do this, there's like another 20 or 30 things that should be in here. If they're not here, all that happens is tons and tons of traffic comes and they're all failing, right? So
is that because it's an older theme too? Do I need to update the whole theme?
You need to buy our theme. I'll talk to you about that soon.
All right. Okay, gotcha.
There's definitely some design aesthetic issues as well.
Yeah. So
I mean, I did this like, 10, 12 years ago, and clearly nothing's been done since.
So I like to do this exercise for people, right? So let's assume, how much do you charge for? What's your average price for a product? $150. So everyone know how to use ChatGPT. If you don't know how to use ChatGPT, you should, because it's going to save you like years of your life. So let's do this. So Rachel runs a florist business. How many bouquets do you sell a month at the moment in store?
Probably in a month. Geez, probably about 100, maybe more. 200?
That's like
It
100 of it.
all depends on what month it is.
Is that 100 of everything that you sell?
Yeah,
Okay,
total.
so she sells 100, whatever they're called, bouquets, something like that. Can't spell, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll fix it so I don't look special. Per month for $150. And all right, how much of this does this add up to, right? But I'm going to show you the equivalent of this on like your e-commerce site, right? So for example, 15K a month, 180K a year. Now, let's assume you did the same thing online, right? And you go, cool, exact same thing. You go, cool, now I'm doing 15 grand a month, 180K a year online, right? But let's assume these numbers are based on 1,000 people a month visiting the online store. And we have, what do we want to do here? We have an average order value
conversion rate
of $150, right? And our conversion rate is 1%. So what we're trying to do here, you got 1,000 people come to your store every month, your e-commerce store, and you've got an average order value. That means people on average spend $150 and your conversion rate is that. How much money does Rachel make monthly? So, because I want to illustrate why this is so important. So you're pulling in 1.5K a month pittance, right? Now, let's make this more exciting. Let's change this. So she had 1,000 visitors per month, because this is applicable for some of the bigger brands. Redo the numbers. And you'll say, oh, okay, that sounded pretty good. So 10,000 visitors, 1% conversion rate, $15,000 a month. You'd probably be stoked with that, wouldn't you? Most people on this call would be stoked with that, wouldn't you? You go, got heaps of visitors and like, I'm making 15 grand a month. And you go, fantastic. But as we talk about brand messaging and as we talk about conversion rate, what that is trying to do is improve your overall conversion rate of all of those visitors who come to your website, right? So let's assume the same amount of people keep coming to your website every month. So you're not spending more money on Google Ads. You're not spending more money on Meta. You're not spending more money on email. This is all the same. However, let's update it. So now let's change these numbers. So that Rachel's conversion rate is now 5.5%. And her average order value, everyone know what average order value is now? Is 245. So all we've changed is two numbers, right? Made the site convert better and made people buy more stuff. How much does she now make monthly? Everyone can be like, whoa, that's pretty considerable different. So $134,000 a month. Right? Why I bang on so much about this is because in your journeys online as e-commerce business owners, you're going to meet a heap of people out there that go, hey, mate, hey, bro, hey, whatever. Like, you should run more Meta ads and you should run more Google ads and you should do more email and you should do blah, 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 blah. And they tell you to do that before you fix your brand message and fix your website. Because the last thing you want, again, is send all this traffic to your website and convert to like 1.2%, or I think like one of the fellows said like 0.6 or something, right? So this is a game changer when you do this, right? Can't stress this enough. Now, the next thing that I often do with this as well, so you're doing $134,750 per month. So let's assume the numbers were real and Rachel didn't do anything about this for the next 12 months. God, I can't write today. How much money does she lose every for the year?
This is going to be depressing.
No, it's going to be positive. So you go, oh, I need to do this, right? The purpose of this exercise to show everyone the opportunity. So, because some people come to this course and they go, Paul, I've got 10,000 visitors coming to my website a month. My website converts to 1%. I'm like, fucking fantastic. So We go fix your website. We fix how much average orders, what your average order value is. And they go, cool, you got $1 million business now. Like, I wasn't here when Chris was talking about like Glasshouse and Nature's Pantry and blah, blah, blah. Like Glasshouse started at 40K. Last month they did 700. We just fixed the website and made his ads run better. Like same with Nature's Pantry. We fixed their website and they did it right from the start. Now they're doing 100 grand a month. This is the secret. A lot of no one will tell you guys.
Yeah, no, my conversion rates is pretty good, but just no sales.
Can't be very good if it's no sales.
Well, I mean, my sales have gone backwards, is what I'm getting at. So
yeah.
I mean, I looked on my stats before I actually, linked up on here, and I did it based on my May month, which is like Mother's Day month, and my conversion rate was 10.8.
Yeah, but you could have only had like 3 people come to your website. Do you know what I mean? So It becomes an issue when you got a lot of people. Like if someone goes, hey, I've got 10 people that come to my website, one of them bought. I go, yeah, well done, got 10% conversion rate. That does not scale as you get hundreds or thousands. Or, if you went and stood on Heidelberg Road outside that Macca's there with a sign that said, hey, come buy some flowers. Do you know what I mean? And 50,000 people drove up and down Heidelberg Road that day and head to your website. Your conversion rate would be like under 0.00000. You'd probably still get, you probably, oh, we had a good day in sales, but like would have been a better day if your conversion rate was better, right?
Right.
Anyone have any questions about this? All right. We'll do this for another brand. Chris, you want to do this for another one? My voice is getting pretty, but pick another person. Who do you reckon? Let's do this for Fast Path Kids because maybe get you guys rocking and rolling from the start rather than, do you want to come off mute as well?
Hey,
Good, mate. Good. So it's Fast Kids. Okay, this one. Yeah. All right. Give us the pitch. Tell us why we should be buying your stuff.
So we're only just me and my wife here. We have a 6-year-old and 11-year-old, but from the start, we've never been able to find clothes for a 6-year-old and an 11 to 12-year-old. He's a big boy to fit the same size clothing, same clothing style. So you normally have to go to 2 different shops because no one really sells things for his size. Then we wanted to add adults so we can try and match. So from a young kid, whatever, from the age of 2 all the way to adults up to 6XL, we can match, as a lot of fathers would like to match with their kids.
Yeah.
And we've started Fast Kids Co. as I love extreme sports and everything. We're just trying to get into that niche of the extreme sports and for fathers and kids to match or for brothers to match without shopping all at one shop.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, awesome. Okay. And I get the, I get the vibe and I get the brand. It's kind of like, it feels like evident. Is it what Adam said, whatever that follower is, who's crushing it, the Cunnies guy, right? He's got evident clothing and stuff.
I love his website.
It's a super cool vibe, but it's for dad and the kids kind of thing, right? Yeah. So based on what I've said, and for those of you that don't know, like, that Adam Solo, I think, or Solo, whatever it is, dude's like a machine. Like he's a content weapon, puts out so much content. He knows who his audience is. They're probably guys like me. Sorry, man, what's your name again?
My name's Regan.
What, Regan?
Regan, yeah. My wife's Regan.
Yeah. So can you guys rename him, by the way? So I know you can don't forget. So Adam probably targets guys like Regan and probably guys like maybe a little bit younger than me. But I mean, you look at his brand and you instantly identify and go, cool brand. He speaks to me. The way he even speaks in his video, he's like vibe, his aura, his whatever you want to call it. You go like, I want to wear his stuff. And then you go to his website and it's the same thing, right? So that's exactly what you need to do on here. However, yours is a bit different because you want to be like, hey, you want the dad and the kids to match. So again, as I kind of spoke about, you probably learned a few things already based on like what I spoke with Rachel, So if I go here, I got nothing. I'm just like, here's some kids on the shoulders and da-da-da-da-da. So when we start working together, which we will, because, I'll probably buy some of your stuff, we're going to go, what's your H1? What's your big, bold promise? What's your H2, which I spoke about before. And again, just reminding, H2 is heading 1, right? So as you guys become world famous internet developers and designers and learn all this stuff, you'll go, I know what a H1 and I know what a H2 is. So that comes here. But again, we got to nail what comes down here as well, So you go boom, 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 boom. Now, let me say this though. Adam doesn't need to do that to the same level that you do because he's an established brand, right?
100%.
So he doesn't need as much brand messaging as you do, right? You need to educate your market about why you're so cool and why you're amazing and blah, 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 because no one knows you. No one knows what you stand for. No one knows what you talk about. No one knows what your vibe is, blah, blah, blah. Like you go to Adam's Instagram and there's whatever millions of people following him and you instantly know, like, he's my guy, right? So we've got to work on that moving forward. And again, everything else that I've kind of mentioned on here is also very, very applicable to you. So like as I scroll down, what does conversion rate stuff look like? What's missing from the product pages? What other things do we need to be aware of? Blah, blah, blah. It's all like the same stuff, basically. So does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything else, Chris, you guys want to add anything to that?
Now that I connected the dots, you're saying I was chatting to you earlier. So you've got conversion issues where people get to the cart and they bounce.
Yes.
Yeah. So that, as I said, probably could be a shipping thing where you're not surfacing shipping and they get there and go, oh, shit, it's going to cost $80 to ship it for an $80 t-shirt. And now I'm
So
bouncing.
the worst thing too with it too, like I'm charging $11, and the minimum rate I've been charged for AusPost and everything is $11.
Yeah.
But a lot of the shipping is around $25. And so that's why I said, well, I don't. If I drop it, it's going to take a lot more, and it can kill a lot of the rate too for the price being too high.
Yeah, you've got to build the brand up to a point where like you can almost give the shipping for free. That will come in time.
That takes a lot of sales through AusPost.
Takes a lot of, yeah. Don't expect them to get rich from a clothing brand like for the first like 12 months. You're going to be running a clothing brand at like a break even, you know what I mean, where you build the presence of the brand.
We're only at just over a year now, and I said I know for the first 3-4 years we're not going to get profit. So
look, you can, imagine he went and mentioned your brand, or some massive guru, but doesn't
I only built the website myself, and I've never even known how to log into Facebook.
Oh, okay, right. Well, you'll know how to do all that stuff once you start hanging out with us. So you're in the right spot.
Yeah.
All right, Chris M, do you want to jump over to the next bit?
Yep. Do you want to do a fast path plan, or are we going to stop?
Yeah, we'll do that too. So I'll do this for Rachel quickly, only because my voice is really kind of.
Let's do a quick plan, and then we'll jump into it. Next part.
All right. So this is when I load it presenting. Oh, excuse me. Good. Can everyone see my screen? Look at this beautiful drawing that I did previously. So now, all right, we're good to go. So this is going to be for Rachel. Now, if I was Rachel, and I can say this with a lot of confidence because I do hundreds of these a month, and this is the exact same model that probably everyone on the call, it's under 100 grand, and I don't know if anyone is over 100 grand or anything on the call, but this is the exact process you all need to fix. So come in here, change the color, change the boldness of the thing. Number one, come down here. You got to know your brand message, right? So you have to actually nail your story. Like, can't stress this enough. It's not a very long process. It take you some people do it in a day. Some people do it in a couple of weeks. However, you get to that place, you got to nail your story. Number two, you got to have a site that converts, right? Last thing you want to do is have people come to your website and you've got a crap story, you've got a crap site, and they don't convert. Like sometimes I give the analogy of like, for those of you that are married on the call, like I assume most of you, before you got married, you actually went out and you found your partner wherever you went on Tinder and you found this lovely lady. And you're like, hey, do you want to go out on a date? And she's like, yeah. She goes, geez, I hope he's going to be a nice sort. Now, you didn't rock up in your like trackies and your Crocs and blah, 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 and you didn't rock up half drunk, right? Because if you did, you wouldn't convert, right? You wouldn't take that lovely lady home with you and have your kids and stuff. But most e-com brands are like that, So instead, if we relate the dating analogy to, having a really good e-com brand, you want to go out there and have a really good story. You're like, hey, I'm Regan. I want to have 3 kids, 2 dogs, 4-wheel drive, travel, a mansion, a pool. And what do you want? And she's like, I want all that, And then she goes, and he's really good looking as well because he's not wearing his trackies. I'm like, happy days. Let's get married. I assume that's probably what's happened, right, guys? So, but again, most e-com brands just like muck around for years and they just look half drunk and they don't make sense and they look crap and go, well, just waste your time. So that's why I say fix this. Then you get excited and then you start going running your meta ads, right? So you go, hey, we'll take all the stuff that's coming out of our brand messaging strategy, throw it into our ads, and then you guys are in the ads, and they go to your new website that's built to convert, and you know what happens? People buy stuff, lots of your stuff, right? But never do this before you fix this and this. All right. So this is exactly what Rachel should do. This is exactly what Regan should do. All the R's are going to rock and roll with this stuff over the next couple of months. You know, there's a whole bunch of other steps we'll teach you when you start hanging out with us here. You know, this is how you do email. This is how you do Google Ads. This is how you do SEO. This is how you do all the other things, but don't skip these steps. All right. So makes sense?
Yep.
And they're very easy to fix, right? And they're very easy to fix at the start, right? And you can fix them slowly and it's still easy. You can fix them even real quick. All right.
Sorry, dog said it again. Go away.
No worries. We go back to you, Chris. You're going to do do you want me to try? All right. Chris, he's muted or something. Hang on. Give us 1 second, guys.
No, all good. All good.
I'll help you as well. All good.
Alrighty. Let me just get a.
Have I turned screen share off now? All good?
Yes, you should be right.
Yeah, sweet. Okay.
Yes, their screen shares off. Okay, so let me know what you can see here.
See your big, beautiful mustache. Feel free to give a rating on the mustache, guys, if you like, you know, like out of 10, he'll appreciate it. So at least
It's
in the
less than a 10. I'm jumping off the call. Okay, but you can see this nice big screen here.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So before we jump in, is everyone now super clear about store story strategy and what that means in your business and why we harp on so much about it? Drop me a yes, drop me an SSS. Yeah, 3 S's is probably okay. Drop something in the chat. Let us know that's clear. These are the 3 things that we need to fix. Yes, SSS, like, nice. Okay, next quick step here. So now that we're all on the same page and we understand the importance of store story strategy, I want you to give me a quick rating here. So you can just type green, yellow, red, but where do you think you are? Let's start with store. For your store, is it high converting? So green if it's really strong and you're killing it. If it needs a bit of love, give me a yellow. You can give me a Y. And if it needs fixing ASAP, if it's on life support, give me a red in the chat there.
No judgment, guys, by the way. Like, you know, we're here to support you guys and make you guys do this well, right? So this is just a good opportunity for you guys to go, hey, everything's like pretty, needs work. Like
Yeah,
red.
Some yellows and reds.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Some reds. Good, eh?
Red. Okay, so do the same for story. Some of you have already done that, which is awesome.
Yeah. Obviously, the whole purpose of today is to show you guys also, like, you know, what all this stuff means so that now you can get to this point and do this.
Red. Okay, and strategy, if you haven't done it already, yellows, reds. Okay, I think they're pretty clear on that. Okay, good. Thank you for your honesty, gang. So as I said, like everyone here's pretty much got 1 red, if not 3 of them. But that, as Paul was saying, that's completely normal. What we're doing here is just for you to get the clarity for yourself, right? And for us to help you get that clarity. So you know that where you're struggling and now you know what to fix as well, right? So where we go next from here is going to make a lot more sense and you'll be able to see exactly which piece is holding you back and start to see, feel like that is fixable, right? Instead of being overwhelming. So everyone has given a rating. Fantastic. So let's move on. So big question. Now that you're very clear on the 3 S's, be honest here. Don't overthink it. But consider this. If your store was actually built to convert, if your message was clear and people instantly understood why your product matters, right? If they felt that it was for them, they had that emotional connection. And if you had that straightforward plan that told you exactly what to do next week, the week after, week by week, without all of the guessing and the overwhelm that you've been going through, do you think that your business could work? Give me an honest yes, no, maybe in the chat.
Or you can give us a thumbs up if you don't want to chuck a yes in the chat.
I'd hope so. Yes. Awesome. Like this is standard, right? Every single brand we've helped has gone through this same experience. Like they got that killer product, they got the passion, the effort's there. It's not that they're not working hard, but like one, two, or sometimes all three of these things are out of alignment, they're broken, and that's the thing that keeps them stuck. It's rarely their niche, it's rarely the product, and it's rarely like market fit, right? It's generally the structure behind the business, and that structure is not supporting all the effort that you're putting into it.
Mm.
So thank you for being very, very clear there. And it seems like everybody is clear that if your store story and strategy were all dialed in, you are clear that your business would definitely start to grow. So let's unpack that a bit. So we're going to zoom back out a little bit here for a second and look at why do most e-commerce businesses get stuck, right? And as we said, it's not random, it's not bad luck, it's definitely not because you're not doing the work. There's generally three roadblocks that every brand hits at one point or another. No matter the niche, no matter the product, no matter the age or experience of you as the founder. And the first one here is that traffic doesn't convert. And this is the most frustrating one for a lot of you because you see those people coming to the store, right? You see those sessions, the numbers are there in your Shopify dashboard, but they're not buying, they're not converting, they're clicking, they're adding to cart, they're getting to the checkout, and then they ghost you. And it feels like you're just burning money getting them there in the first place. And the second roadblock here is unclear messaging. And this happens when, as we've said, people can't instantly understand what you sell, why it matters, why they should trust you over the person next door that's cheaper, right? And when that message isn't clear, people leave. Not because they don't like the product, because they don't get it. It doesn't feel like it's for them. And the third roadblock we have here is not having a real plan. As we've covered, right? It's not having a long, complicated plan, but something simple, a clear roadmap for what to do next, that next best step. And most people bounce around trying to different stuff, right? It's 4,000, it's ads one week, and then it's emails, and then it's the next guru says it's a new app, and then it's a new offer, and nothing ever compounds because you don't stick to anything long enough. And these three roadblocks are the reason that so many brands that we meet stay stuck at the same level for months and sometimes years. But the good news is that we can fix all of these things. And once they're fixed, everything in the business starts to feel lighter, easier, and a whole lot more fun, which, as we said up front, is why we all started our businesses in the first place, to have fun and make money. So now that you understand the roadblocks and you've seen where you sit with your three S's, we're just going to split the room here for a minute in the best way possible, because not everyone here is in the same stage. A lot of you are probably in a similar sort of stage, which is good. But just for some of you that might need a bit of extra help, there's two paths here. So the first path is for those of you who've already growing fast and you're sitting in that kind of scale up, grow up phase, right? So you're probably doing more consistent revenue, you've got that momentum, and you need something a bit more tailored, a bit more hands-on, a bit more strategic, and more one-to-one. If that's you, our team's going to drop a link in the chat. All you got to do is grab a spot on Paul's calendar there, and we'll sit down with you together with our team, and we'll map out a fast path plan like we've done for you on the call tonight. A custom plan, we'll look at your numbers, we'll look at your opportunities, and we'll give you those exact next moves for your business. So go ahead, the link will be in the chat now. If that's you, if you're at that level, go ahead and click on that now. Cool, links in the chat. So go grab that for those of you that are in Grow Up and Scale Up. For everyone else, startups and setups, which is a lot of you tonight, in that rebuild kind of phase, or you're at that, like, I've been stuck here for way too long and I'm sick of it. The next part of this workshop is built specifically for you, and this is for the people who want that clear transformational path. Right? This is for those of you that want to do things the right way. You just haven't had anyone show you step by step. You haven't had anyone show you how. This is also for the people, those of you out there who are ready to build something solid and you want to set your business up to actually win. So before we move on quickly, choose your path. If you need that tailored call, book in that call. And if you're here for the step-by-step help, stay tuned, and this next bit is exactly what you've been waiting for.
Yeah. I can help with the next bit too, Chris. Or you do the slide and I'll do the chatting.
All right.
So you've done this bit already, I think. So All right, so here's what we need to do, right? So, imagine you actually fix all of these things over the next couple of months, right? So you fix your store, you fix your strategy, you get clear on all the things you actually need to be doing moving forward, right? And you don't have some massive to-do list. You don't have like 50 things that you don't not clear about. So just want you guys to get clear on like how that's gonna feel moving forward. So sit with that for a second, and actually, like, even in the comments, like, feel free to chuck your thoughts. Like, if you're really clear on this thing, like, how do you think you'd feel about your ecom business moving forward, assuming you fixed all those problems? Would you be like more excited? Would you be like, oh my God, like, so much clarity now? All right. I can't see the comments, so people probably typing stuff. So
they're just imagining their amazing lives in their own heads. That's what we like.
over the moon. Yeah. Because you've probably tried a lot, like you guys are probably already going through this, right? You've tried a lot. You've tweaked your theme. You've probably tried other apps. You've changed the colors. You have, followed all the gurus online. You've rebuilt parts of your store again and again and again. You have, and again, like, it's not working, but it's not because your product is bad. It's not because your niche is wrong. It's just because you haven't had like the right system to do this, right? And you haven't met us, obviously. So we haven't actually had the opportunity to give you like a proper high converting framework, right? So not a theme, not a template, but an actual framework. So because going forward, you actually need like a structure that controls how your website is built so that the flow of the site is good. The buyer psychology that's built into the site works as it should. You've got things like reviews in the right spaces. You've got spacing in the right spaces. You've got headlines in the right spaces. You've got call to actions that do what they're supposed to do, right? Even on your product page, it's actually all in the right order. They've got all the conversion triggers and they've got everything in between, right? So, and this is largely one of the main things that actually holds most ecom brands back behind the scenes, right? It's because they don't do that, and if they do, like, it's considerably different of what's going to happen for you. So I'm going to actually show you something in a second, and I'm going to, everyone will be like, oh, that's interesting. So now, just having an issue. My canvas decided to die, so I can't see my thing. Anyway, I'm going to introduce you to this amazing thing. So this is called the Store Converter Kit. Now, our Store Converter Kit is the exact high converting framework my team use inside of Insightful when we actually build full custom websites for our clients. So like we spoke about at the start of the call, we work with like 6, 7, and 8-figure brands. Some of these brands, we charge anywhere from like thousands of dollars to tens of thousands of dollars, right? And I realized that not every startup person can actually spend that much money to get started. So this is why we've actually packaged our entire model that we use into a framework that we give to you guys. So I'm going to get into it and kind of explain how this works. So now there's no coding, there's no guessing, there's no stress. We actually just equip you with a high converting store that works as it should. So I'm going to try and explain how it all works and what makes this framework high converting, because a lot of you probably hear that kind of terms and just like, I don't know what you're talking about. So short version. Now, our high converting includes lots of practical inclusions that are actually designed to equip your business with more sales. Again, you know how I spoke about product page, your homepage, your cart page, right? So when we build custom sites in Insightful, we don't build sites that just look pretty, right? We actually build sites that are built using our high converting framework, which is basically a collection of every single thing that I've learned over 25 years of doing this, right? I've been in e-com since I was 1997. So, I spent a lot of money figuring out how to do that. And I made this thing so that you guys can use this moving forward. Making sense so far? Now, it's things like you've got reviews in the right spot. You've got the trust signals. You know how I spoke about on Regan's site? I'm like, you don't have any trust signals. Same as Rachel. You don't have any trust signals, right? So you want to have all of those things in the right spot, the right messaging in the right spot. You want to have clear buyer journeys all the way through from the homepage to the cart so that people can actually go, yeah, cool, I can find the shipping button. I can find that button and I can see what I need to see so that I can actually do what I need to do, right? So buttons that stand out and buttons that are the right color. Like most people have ecom brands and their add to cart buttons are white. And you go, geez, where's the add to cart button? You can't even see it. So when we build sites again, you've got a cleaner product layout that makes your business also feel premium. So for those of you that are competing with like juggernaut brands, like massive brands, your site needs to look pro, but it needs to convert properly, right? needs to work on mobile, needs to work on desktop, needs to work on tablet. Like, so all of the small details and all of these, like Chris is sharing his screen at the moment. And so this checklist that he's kind of referencing in there, that is literally like 6 things just on a product page. There's about another 80 things that need to go on a product page for a product page to work, right? So all of the things in here, and you can see all the tabs down the bottom of this thing, there's your collection, your product, and your homepage, and blah, blah, blah. They all go in there. Now, I want to show you something that's probably the root cause of why so many people actually struggle with conversions. And when you see it, you'll see it instantly, right? So as an example, most people go to set up Shopify. They go to the Shopify theme location, whatever it's called, store, and they go, cool, I'll go buy Dawn theme, right? So as Chris has got on his slide here, after time of using the Dawn theme, you come back and you're like, oh shit, only like 35% of people liked it. 103 people thought it was crap, right? And it's the same with Chris's next slide that he's going to bring up. You go, oh, I tried Impulse, I tried Vessel, I tried Horizon, I tried all these other themes. And I'm like, but why is my ecom business shit, Paul? And you go, well, because they don't have the conversion elements. They don't teach you how to do brand messaging. They're not built to convert. They're built for newbies that are just like, well, that was easy, right? And then you just guys move on from that was easy bit and go, now I'll run meta ads and I'll do everything else and blah, blah, blah. And it's still not working. All right. Now, I want to show you a before and an after here. Now, Chris can go to the next slide. Now, so here on the left is what someone's store look like when they're using Dawn, right? On the left and on the right as well. This is what their store look like. Now, some people go, it's beautiful. It's not beautiful. It's pretty ordinary, if I'm being honest with you. So, but like the business owner, she didn't realize that. She's like, it looks good. I'm getting some sales, like I'm not sure what's happening, blah, blah, blah. And we see this stuff all day, every day, right? And then once we educate people as to how we fix this, and we go to the next slide, Chris is going to show you in a minute, they go, oh my God, I went from that to this. Now my business is crushing it. And you're like, wow, look at the homepage. Look at all the H1s and H2 and the trust signals and all the fancy stuff, and it looks beautiful. And I go to the product page and I'm like, oh yeah, it's got reviews and it's got in stock information and it's got all the other things that I keep talking to you guys about, right? Can you guys see the difference of what I've kind of showed you there, right? And again, we've done this for hundreds of brands now. They've gone from looking like a dog's breakfast like the other side to looking beautiful like this and working, right? Now, I'm going to talk about what we get now when you actually get the converter kit from us. We'll go to the next one, Chris. So a couple of things now. So now that we covered like how to fix your store, you're probably wondering, what about the store and the strategy? So, and you're probably right. Now, I want to talk quickly about the e-commerce circle. So a couple of things that go on here. Now, my e-commerce circle, and Chris's e-commerce circle and other Chris's e-commerce circle, we started this thing together. So it's a private mentoring community where we help brands just like you, right? We do about 8 calls a week. We help you fix your story. We help you fix your strategy. We help you fix everything else you need to fix once you think that. There's no jargon. There's no over-the-top marketing talk where you guys are going to be like super confused or anything, right? And then all of this happens inside of a workspace called Slack. So Slack is like Messenger, but it's much more organized. There's channels. You can come in there and you can go to the conversion channel and the marketing channel and whatever else channel, and you can get all the help that you need. Right now, you're not doing this alone, right? You're doing it with our team, you're doing it with our community, you're doing it with all the other amazing brands in there. And like even people that are on the call tonight are probably like, you guys will have such a good time in there. Like our community is targeted at family founded brands, right? I do this on purpose. I'm a dad. I've got 2 kids. I'm also a husband. I don't want to work 80-hour weeks. I want to work 30-hour weeks, and I want to build good businesses, and I want to make lots of money. And I built the community to help you guys do the same thing, right? So our kids are our most important thing. And I want to be like, hey, Regan, don't spend 400 hours this week trying to optimize your site. I'll teach you how to do it in 3 hours. And you're like, thanks, man. So that's what we're about. This is not a bro scale community where everyone's in there going, hey, I did $400 million yesterday, blah, 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 all that other nonsense. Now, so I've mentioned we do 8 live workshops a week, super friendly coaches. How many coaches we got now, Chris? It's like 14 coaches or something.
Yeah, about a dozen or so.
Yeah.
Baker's dozen.
That's a good. So next slide. So now I want to do this as well for everybody that actually takes advantage and buys the converter kit from us tonight. So what I'm going to do is everyone that jumps in, you will actually get the opportunity with me to do your own fast path plan. All right. So I kind of did this with Reagan. I kind of did this with Rachel, but like to do it properly, it's going to take an hour. So when when we move ahead with that, I'm going to do that with all of you on Zoom. So you know exactly what to do over the next like 90 days, or 6 months and so forth. So that's worth at least $500. Now, thanks, man, Chris. Now, this is the question that we get all the time. People go, what if I'm not techie? So I want to introduce you to Karen. So see Karen's beautiful website there in Chris's slide. She made it herself. So she had an Etsy store. She came to us and she's like, Paul, Etsy's taken all my money and I'm growing backwards and blah, 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 blah. She's 70. She's like, I'm not techie. She built that site herself last month, or this month she did like 17 grand in revenue from 0 to 17K. Right. So I'd like to say Karen is now quite techie because she goes to the call, she learns, she asks questions. She's like in the community helping other people now, right? So you guys can be just like Karen if you want to be, So this is built for people that can if you can go and bloody upload a photo to Facebook, you can use this thing. So next one, Chris. Now, here is my amazing offer for you today. Now, normally this thing's $2,000, but given it's Black Friday, I want to give you guys a cracking offer. I'm going to talk about what we do first, and you have to forgive me, my slides are just not even working on my other computer, but I'll do my best. So here's what we're going to do. Normally, like I said, it's $2K. Today on the call, we're actually going to install this whole thing, go set it all up for you, go configure it all, go help you do it. And the whole thing, we're actually going to sell it to you for $997. Now, I'm going to break down the whole process for you so that you know what's involved here. And before I say that as well, there's a couple other things like you'll see when you go through the checkout page, there's actually 3 options here where you can buy this thing. So I'm so confident that this thing will be a game changer for everybody in the e-commerce space that I want to make sure everybody can buy it. So with saying that, some people can buy it for $997. If you've got the money, buy it. Some people go, hey, can I pay it off over 3 months? I'm like, you can buy it for $382 and you get it over 3, and you get it immediately, but you pay it off. And there's also a pay it off over 4 months option, right? So the reason we're doing that as well is because I just want everyone to have the best possible e-commerce store and strategy and story and everything straight away, right? No holding back, none of that stuff. So what we do is our team come along, they get access to your Shopify store. We install it for you, typically in about a day, right? So that's completely complimentary. You get access to the step-by-step training to customize your store. You get my conversion rate course, you get Chris's brand course, you get our meta ads course, you get everything, right? And you heard me talk about the e-commerce circle before. So now, typically, the e-commerce circle is $97 a month to join, but we want to give you 2 months totally free access to come and join our community, hang out with us, learn from us, ask questions when you get stuck, and, so that you don't get stuck, all right? So there's dedicated channels, there's everything in there that you need.
Code I was pointing to.
Oh, hang on. Paul's yelling at me. Someone's
Carry on.
So if you want a clear brand message, like I spoke about, if you want a website that's going to convert for you properly, if you want a store that's built to convert, and you want to do it all properly immediately, this is what you need, right? So now Chris, next one. Oh my God, this is so now we're only actually selling 50 of these because it actually takes a bit of time for my team to set it up for all of you. So if you do want that, I would highly encourage you to go to the link that we're going to drop into the chat now, grab it so that you can secure your spot in the queue to grab this. So what I'll probably do now is quickly, just in case, Chris V, do you think have I missed anything in here that I need to mention before we jump over to questions? So is everyone clear what this is, what the converter kit is and what you get? Can I just go and ask Rachel and Regan? Do you understand what the product is there? Come off mute if you guys can. Even if your dog's barking, Rachel, it's all good. Makes sense, Regan, what it is?
Yeah, so that's what I want to. It was I kind of understand. I'm not the best for understanding things, and that's why I booked the meeting tomorrow so I could talk about that as that from Roxy had sent it to me today, and that's what I want to talk about. I'm person that I don't really understand things.
That's a good question. That's
At
yeah,
ADHD, and I just get confused straight away.
oh, okay.
We've
All
made
right.
it as simple as possible, mate.
You'll be
You'll
fine.
understand it once you've had a call.
What about you, Rachel? Do you have
I'm on
any
the
questions?
same page as Regan.
Are you? Okay.
We're in the same boat,
What-
buddy. Don't worry.
Throw-
I'm old. I'm not tech savvy.
Neither was Karen. Throw some questions at
Neither
me,
are
like
most people.
anything that's coming up in your mind and where you go, can you just explain this thing for me, Paul? Like any questions at all? Or Greg, shirtless Greg, or iPhone Paul?
So with this, so how you for the setting up the website,
Yep.
so I'm now paying unbelievable money. I think it's like $400-$500 a month just on this website that I brought. So I cancel that website and I go through with a website that your own theme.
Why are you paying $400 a month for on your site?
Oh, don't know. I set the website up. I've been paying for these ads. I've been in the applications. I do not know what I'm paying at least $400 a month on.
Yeah. So one, you're using Shopify, right?
Yep.
So on your Shopify account, you have a theme.
Yep.
Right. So everyone on the call should have that. They got a Shopify account, they got a theme, you got to pay Shopify for your monthly charges for just for having Shopify. And then if you've got, a couple apps in there, maybe you've got an email app or a Google app or whatever, an image app, you pay for that. But for a brand as small as yours, you shouldn't pay for anything else. Like you're paying for someone's kind of conduit into going, hey, bit of money on Meta, bit of money on Google, bit of money or some silly retainer.
Meta and the Google, I've been paying myself for my own ads through Meta, through Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
I realized that my conversion was even worse. The money that I was paying, like $50 a day on ads.
Yeah.
But now I don't use ads at all. And I've just been using just my own, everybody that's just looking at it. But yeah, now it's just, I've been paying for Sender, Ozpost, Monster app, which is just a pop-ups.
Yeah. You don't even need that. So Monster app is like a cart upsell app. You don't need that. We've got ones that we recommend that are way better. So short answer for you is you're massively overpaying. You don't need all that stuff. Not at all. So, and we help you through that process. The point is we go, hey, and then you've got an existing theme on your site. We log in and then we put our high converting framework in there. It sits in the theme section because it is a theme with optimization. And then once you go through the training, you go, cool, I know how to change my banners and change my fonts and change the blah, 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 and follow Paul's instructions that are very, very clear. And then I'll go do a bit of Chris's brand course and I'll get clear on what I need to say. You come through and you go, cool, save. And then when you're ready, you go publish the new theme, which is our store converter kit, right? Yep. So you go publish that, the old thing gets unpublished, and then you go, cool, delete that thing and throw it in the bin, never to be seen again, right? So all of you can do that. So effectively, you can continue to trade with this existing thing if you want to, whilst you build the new U-Butte, amazing, world's best website that you're ever going to have, which will help you build. And then you go, great. And then the next step from that is you go, hey, Paul, what other apps do you think we should be putting on now that we're actually going to be using and we should pay for them, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's typically not that many. It's a couple.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. So, but unfortunately, people in this space often get I don't know, some crappy agencies yeah, you need this and this and this and this and this. And you're like, oh God, okay, but you don't. So, do you have any other? So, did you have any questions about that, Rachel?
Oh no, so that's basically just saying it's like when you said before when I said, do I need to change my theme? This is the app that you're talking about, which is a new theme.
Yeah. So our thing is a theme. It's built on a theme, and then we come through. And we apply all of the high conversion elements that I've spoken about to the homepage, product page, cart page, checkout page, all of them. So if you were to go, I'll just go get the same thing. It doesn't have all the things that help with sales, and it never has them in the right order. And no disrespect to anyone on the call, but you never figure out how to do this on your own. So we just go, here it is. Copy, we'll put it in for you. Customize the colors, customize some banners. Your products still stay there. Your collection still stay there. Your menu still stay there once it looks good. And then even if it doesn't look good, before you go live, you go, hey, Paul, Chris, and the rest of the crew, can you guys have a look? And we'll go, hey, Rach, fix this. Hey, Regan, change that, now publish it, now get rid of the old thing, and you're like, oh, fantastic, that was good. All right.
Right. So both themes are still going. One's not active, one's not until they're ready to go.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
That
So
sounds
Chris is going to show you example here.
As you can see, this is the back end of Shopify. This is an active theme that's live. We come in and we install this new theme, and then you just come in here and go edit, change it once it's ready. You click publish, and then that becomes the live theme. So nothing changes on your visible website until you're happy with everything that you've done inside of the new theme. So is that clear? And we install this within 24 hours of getting you set up, getting you inside of Slack.
Yeah. And you'll be into the e-commerce circle immediately. Right. So as we mentioned, like we give you 2 months access. And I mean, we do that as a taste, right? Like come in, see if you have a good time in there, and like no one leaves. Do you know what I mean? And then we go at the end, if you want to stay, like you go, it's just $97 a month. And you go to the 8 calls a week if you want. If you don't make it to the calls, you can watch all the recordings. So like if you work and you do other stuff, I'll be like, hey, Rachel, you should watch the call that I did last Tuesday because it'll be great for a florist. I go, hey, Regan, I did a call last week about clothing brands. Go watch it. And you're like, yeah, sweet. No worries. When the kids are asleep, log into the channel, check it out, watch all of them, and then we'll just go, cool, that's what you need to do. And then once you've watched it, you got a question, like we have dedicated channels for everything. So say, for example, you're like, oh, watch the call where you spoke about like how to get affiliates for my brand. And you said this thing and I don't understand it. Post it in the channel, we'll answer the question for you. And then other members of the community that are well ahead of you will go, Paul's probably like going to say this. I'll tell you instead, you know what I mean? And I'll go, yeah, what Chris told you is exactly right. Do that, you know what I mean? And then here's my input as well. So,
Paul, sorry about budging you off. You also said, you already said about the payments offers as well. My broker's always told me never go with is it through like Afterpay or is it what type of payment method is it?
We use a system called Kajabi. So Kajabi lets you manage those payments. I think is it Klarna, Chris?
There's both. There's
Klarna, it's different things. So the payment system, it's literally just 3 payments. It's just splitting up the 997 into 3 payments.
Yeah, just because
there's no interest. It doesn't go through a buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
None of those things.
It's just you pay $200 3 times instead of paying $600 once. For example,
because I know like Afterpay and whatnot.
No, it's not Afterpay. It's not BNP.
That's terrible for your brokers.
Looks bad for your credit rating and stuff when you use those things. So I don't think we even have any of that stuff. Like it's literally, if I'm being honest, it's me being a bank for you guys because I want you to use it and I want you to get it however you get it so that you have a good brand. And then it's using a system, our payment things called Kajabi, and you just go, cool, it's going to charge you here. And I think we charge like 5% extra or something. I can't be like rewarding people who pay it off over 4 months with the same price as people who buy it off today. So you pay an extra, $50 or something. But no Klarna, no Afterpay, none of that stuff. Because 100%, don't put that on your bank statements. Not good. So
perfect. We'll do that.
So like I said, though, keep this in mind. Like I've launched this offer on here. We're going to launch this offer to our email database and the Shopify group again tomorrow. So once we fill our 50 spots, they're gone. All right. Because as like my team, as lovely as they are and hardworking as they are, they also want to have a holiday in Christmas time in December. So, last thing we want to do is go, shit, we sold 200 of these things, which, last time we launched this Black Friday, I think we did. We sold like 50 or something, Chris, in no time. So, any other questions from anyone else that's on here as well? We've got Paul that's doing something. So one thing I like to ask people as well is like, what's the worst thing that you think will happen doing this? Blows my mind. Some people say might work, and I'm like, well, that's good. But other people,
too busy packing orders.
Yeah, too busy packing orders, or I'll have to get no more shirts, Paul, or I'll have too many flowers to send out, Paul.
Buy a bigger house.
I have to buy a bigger house to put the flowers in, whatever. Does anyone have any other actual, not objections, but what's the worst thing you think, it's going to happen if you buy this? Other than your partner might tell you off, Regan, you go, that was a silly decision. The guy in the mustache looks sketchy. told you not to buy it.
To make this company.
Oh, yeah, was your idea?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then. All right. So you guys are already sold. So you're all good. I don't know if Paul's yelling at me or he's yelling at someone else. He's pointing. Yes. If we don't have any more questions, we can probably we'll wrap. I mean, usually by now, anyone who's been to one of these before, my kids come in and they start like screaming down the house like they did last week. But I do have one favor to ask, guys. Like, you know, whether or not you work with us or not, I appreciate you all hanging out with us to the end. I do hope that you all come on the journey with us and we help you build amazing brands. Chris or Roxy's going to put in another link in here. So if you can leave us a bit of a review about how you found the session, you know, it was good, it was bad, it was whatever, just do that because we like to put that on the reviews page, which you guys probably seen. So on that note, thank you so much for hanging out with us again. Enjoy your calls with Chris tomorrow, and I'll probably meet you as well. But I will see you on the next part, and I look forward to seeing all of you inside the e-commerce circle as soon as possible. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Thank you.